Hello, everybody, and welcome to Maximum Libertarian right here on the YouTube. I'm Brian for Maximum Libertarian. I'm joined today by the one and only Dean Davis.
How you doing?
And he's running for House of Delegates in the 19th District. Right there is all of his information. DavisonForDelegate.com, his Facebook, Davison for Delegate 2021, and his Twitter handles at Davison4HOD19. So if you know anyone in the House of Delegates district here in the state of Virginia in the 19th district, please let them know about him running. That's number one. Number two, what I want you to do is if you live in the area or if you can donate to him, please do so.
You don't need to live in the area. If you believe in liberty and prosperity and moving forward, you can be from anywhere in the country and donate.
Right.
Anything's accepted.
All right, so right now I see there's 3 people watching. That's good. But what I would like for everyone to do, if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and then what do?
Smash that like button, because the more people watch this, the more they'll learn, the less they'll be voting for those 2 idiots.
Correct. And that's what we really want people to know is right now you keep putting up the you keep hitting the panic button, and this is exactly what you get. You get the Republicans, and then you get the Democrats. Everyone's complaining right now that who calls this in Afghanistan? Was it Bush? Was it Biden? Was it Trump? Who knows? Well, in reality, George W. Bush, he was the one who started this one. Now, granted, we've had our influences a while, but well, it's okay. But now we've got a mess on our hands. So let's go right here. Joe Biden went and he spoke to the nation today. And as AP reports, he was a defiant and chaotic Afghan evacuation. So you said you didn't watch it, correct, Dean?
I did watch a good part of it. I don't like the fact that he takes no responsibility for this. It's his presidency. He's in the office to protect us. He should have listened. They all should listen to Ron Paul 10 years ago. And there's a video that I have on my personal Facebook, and I guess I'll give you the link to put it in in here afterwards. But it was him speaking about leaving Afghanistan and what's important. So why were we there? We should have. This is my opinion on this whole situation. Okay, we should have, when this all started, went in there, took care of Osama bin Laden. And the reason you do that is because we're defending ourselves against. We got attacked. Okay, so we are defending ourselves in that situation. As a libertarian, we have the right to defend ourselves. So okay, that's the only part I agree with. Okay, once we were done there, we should have got the heck out. We didn't learn our lesson the first time. The Mujahideen had Osama bin Laden in it. We taught him stuff, and he used it against us. So now we have all this military equipment sitting over in Afghanistan that the Afghan army and the president was like over there was like, all right, y'all can have it. Now they have higher technological weapons because we're stupid enough to stay there and be policemen of the world and try to nation build. We need to bend the hell out of there and stop that. It's their responsibility to protect themselves. It's not our responsibility to protect them.
One thing that I really think people should stress is this it shows anyone that has wanting to do business with the United States of America now sees that when that it shows weakness. All right, that's number one. I do think it does look that way. But I think the thing that we should be looking at is for 20 years we were training this Afghan forces who laid down their weapons. They were turning the weapons on our own soldiers years ago. This has been happening. And, U.S. soldiers turned their weapons on U.S. soldiers. But be it here or there, and I think what you're looking at, we were propping up the Afghan army by being there. Yep. So when the going got tough, they just dropped their weapons. And I think you could really use that for here in the United States because right now the United States government is pushing and propping up a lot of individuals out in society with either the illegal eviction moratoriums. They might be, these goofy minimum wage laws, which are, the high inflation, things of that nature. So, in turn, yes, it's not a war per se like over in Afghanistan, but what you're seeing here in the States, we're becoming so dependent on the government, and it will let you down. So,
Oh yeah.
as a libertarian, what we should be doing is making sure the individual is strong and able to prop themselves up. It's one thing to ask your neighbor for a cup of sugar. It's another thing to demand sugar from your neighbor whenever you want it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
And you said that Ron Paul was on your Facebook page, correct? I'm
Yeah,
going there now to look it up. I want to try to find it.
because believe me, Ron Paul said a lot of right things years ago, and it's come true, and it's sad.
Right. All right. I found the thing. I'm going to bring it up so when we're done, we can just watch this video and um, hopefully the sound's going to work this time, because I know the last time with the Arnold Schwarzenegger stuff, um, we didn't get.
I can always do it from my side because I know that mine part did work. If you want it that way, up to you.
Well, I've got it up here. And I've clicked this
Okay.
on the thing. But there's another thing that I want that people need to know too. Is now as we're getting out of Afghanistan, just like in Vietnam, and let me just say this too, being a veteran, and it don't matter if you're a veteran, if you've never been in the military, everyone knows. I mean, this has been a complete abject failure, and it saddens me. It really pisses me off. It reminds me a lot of Vietnam. I mean, I know the correlations of Saigon and this place. I mean, it's unreal how much we've got going on here. But I want to bring to people's attention, um, for the past few weeks. Let's bring this up. The U.S. has been bombing Somalia repeatedly with zero accountability. Have you even heard this on the news?
Nope, nobody wants to talk about it.
No. And you know what? Actuality, if you go into this article, I believe it's right. I believe it's this one. I've got a couple ones that will be put into the description below. But when you look down below, like these generals, let me see if it's this one, or let me see right here. All right, on Tuesday, this past Tuesday, U.S. African Command Chief General Stephen Townsend authorized a single drone strike against al-Shabaab militants attacking an American-trained elite Somali force known as the Danab. While no U.S. troops accompanied the Somalis during the operation near Galkaloy, however you say it, Pentagon spokesman Cindy King noted Nate Sec Daily that Townsend has the authority under Article 51 of the UN Charter to conduct collective self-defense of the partner forces. When there's an immediate threat, we're allowed to just drop bombs on Somalia, and I think people should be made aware of this, because there's good people over there in Somalia and around the world, and we need to get out of there. We need to figure out, look, we can't keep propping up the people that we think are friends. It didn't work out well in Iran. It hasn't worked out well in Afghanistan. Iraq hasn't worked out well. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. There's no working out anywhere. So I don't know why.
And so here, and I'm trying to find out what exactly. I mean, I know there's the terrorists over in Somalia, so we got to go take them out or whatever.
Do we though? I mean,
There's really no rhyme or reason. President Trump also, okay, right here, beyond the legalese, there are two main points to note about Tuesday's airstrike. One is, let's see, right there. It was the first time since January 19 when Donald Trump was president, and just after he withdrew 700 troops from the country, the U.S. struck inside of Somalia. Two, Biden didn't order the strike, even though he's now the latest president to continue America's fight there. The White House declined to comment and kept referring us to the Pentagon.
yep. Flexion
This
is
this
what
is
it's called.
this is unreal that we're just pretending that these guys we're allowing this stuff to happen, man, and there's no
On our
one
watch.
come back. Yeah, on our watch, and it has to be the American people who keep voting for these morons to send our boys and girls into harm's way. 20 years.
Exactly. It's stupid.
I just can't believe 20 years. Young men and women have died, and this, have been maimed, have been PTSD. That goes on all sides because, there's a lot of people in Afghanistan who don't know anything, don't care anything about the United States. They just want to live their life. And here we are over there. And now what you got ignorant China. And, well, I don't, China, I shouldn't say ignorant China. I should say that they're going to come in. They're going to manipulate the Taliban. They're going to give them the Huawei phones and tell them how to turn off the internet and how to, take their people who complain about them and put them into concentration camps like they're doing with the Uyghur Muslims, which we don't want to talk about, which our boy John Cena, apologized to. And
Exactly.
it's kind of sad. You're seeing Hollywood, you're seeing everywhere, and now you've seen Taiwan getting threatened again because, as China said, you've seen what happens. Is the United States of America going to stand up with our allies in Taiwan? Taiwan makes all of our computer chips. That's why we have all these car shortages. Can you believe that?
Yeah, it's everything's a big mess. I mean, let's be honest. Everything hits everything. So you screw one thing up, you hit the other one.
Right. So I think really what I think people need to start doing is get more knowledgeable about our foreign policy. Like I said, I was looking into the Somalia issue, and I know that we have some militants out there that want to. They're doing some terrorist acts, but do we need to be there? Maybe Somalia should be taking care of their own. And if we do go there, we should. And we go, hey, we're going to train you. We train you, and if they don't want to take it seriously, if they don't want to be trained, then we leave. Who can? I'm not going to play the game of.
Why train them? I mean, all they're going to do is use it against us. We see what Bin Laden did.
Yeah, absolutely, we did. We did, and I'll tell you, China's not going to be stupid enough to get into a war with Afghanistan. I hope not, because you've now seen Russia and you've seen the United States of America both get knocked out. Let's be honest. I mean, sadly, that's the way it ends. And like I said, a lot of boys and girls went over there. When I was in, you want to believe what you're doing is right.
Exactly.
And when I got out of the Navy and I started to truly look at our foreign policy, and I saw we weren't doing the right things. We have to make adjustments here.
What's interesting is most of a lot of people that have been in the military are libertarians. We've had there's a pretty decent sized amount of people that turn libertarian because that's just, I mean, they understand what's going on here.
It is we do have the ability to grab a lot of military people with our stances. I think our foreign policy is fine, and
Absolutely.
I think if I personally believe that war is a racket. General Smedley Butler, he wrote that book. and he stated that the United States should never be 150 miles from its coast. That we should be only here to protect our self, and that would be in the country, and that would be it. Not really, because when you really look at it, if you look at the way that sometimes a lot of our intervention stuff leads to worse things, like from
Absolutely.
my, from World War One, we got involved. Things took place, which caused the rise of Hitler and the Nazi Party, and then of course you saw that stuff with the concentration camp and the Jewish people. So
Exactly.
in turn, had we stayed out of it, we would have maybe have never have had to worry about that issue. You know what I'm
Want to be
saying?
the policeman of the world? Like that's half the problem. We want to get in everybody else's stuff. We have our own problems at home. We should be taken care of,
Right.
and it's just that's what's aggravating about everything.
Right. Absolutely. So, you know what I'm going to do? Do you have anything else to say?
Not much. If you want to shoot more about my candidacy, I will actually show my share my what do you call it website, so you know what to look for and know how to donate. So I'll show you how to do that here,
All right. Let me pull this up.
and I'll go over the website with you so you can understand it. This is what you'll get when you go to davidsonfordelegate.com. Big old sign that I have. If you're in the area and want a sign, just give me an email, which will be on here. My platforms here: election reform, repeal red flag laws, remove restriction on farmers, broadband on fire and EMS grounds, and we went into other things I'm going to be updating on there, including 1303 Senate bill, which has to do with the school system and school choice. So I'm for school choice, and it goes through everything here about myself. Some events we're going to: Centerfest, Event and Fall Festival, and then here down at the bottom is where you'll have the donation shot right out here. You can just donate now, and that'll take you to go to the donation page. So that's what you got there. I also have the connection with my actual Facebook page. That this is actually from Ken Armstrong. He actually what's that called? He
Endorsement.
put a endorsement on me a year ago, and he was presidential candidate here. But yeah, contact us for more information, and we'll get you going.
All right. That sounds good. So, that, as Dean said, please go to his website, like his Facebook page, follow his Twitter, donate if you're in the area, help him out. That would be greatly appreciated. And we're going to leave you with Ron Paul on the House floor, and it's time to get out of Afghanistan. This is March 17th, 2011. We hope you have subscribed to this channel. We hope you click the notification bell and
Share it.
Yes, share this, and that's it. Share it, like it, and until tomorrow, let's get your banner down first, and let's just watch Ron Paul, and hopefully this works tonight, and you'll be able to see, you'll be able to hear what he has to say. It's a 6-minute video, and until tomorrow, we will see you later.